Okay, let's go ahead and talk about a third way of graphing a line. So another way is a line might be given to us in what's called standard form. So we call standard form ax plus by equals c. So that's a little bit different than slope y-intercept form. In fact, if I did want to take this equation and I wanted to rearrange it into slope y-intercept form, what would I have to do to rearrange it from standard form to y equals mx plus b form or slope y-intercept form? So if I took the 3y equals 6x plus 12, and actually I realized that one is actually not written in standard form. This would be negative 6x plus 3y equals 12. That would be considered standard form. So what would I do with an equation like this if I wanted to get, in other words, if I wanted to get y by itself? Okay, I could divide both sides by 3, and I would get y equals 2x plus 4, correct? If I had it written like this, how would I get y by itself? What would be the first step? Yeah, I want to get the y by itself, so I would add 6x to both sides. That's why I got the minus 6x. So I have 3y equals 6x plus 12. And then what would I do to get y by itself? Again, yeah, same thing. I would divide both sides by 3. Okay, so the idea is we've been talking a lot with graphing. We were mentioning the fact that, like, on a graph, if you have a point that's on the x-axis versus a point that's on the y-axis, what do you know about any ordered pair on the y-axis? You know something. And what is it? You know the x-coordinate, right? What's the x-coordinate of any point on the y-axis? Always x is equal to 0. Okay, so 0b. That's our y-intercept. So that means the equation of the y-axis is x equals 0. Okay? What do you know about any point on the x-axis? The y is equal to 0. So you might have a, comma, 0. The y is equal to 0. It actually means that the equation of the x-axis is y equals 0. Y equals 0 is the equation of the or the x-axis, right? Because all of the coordinates on the x-axis have one thing in common. They all share the y equal to 0. So that's really convenient if you want to find the x and y intercepts, because we technically only need 2 points to draw a line. So if I want to find the x-intercept, I'm going to set y equal to 0, and I will solve for x. So if I set y equal to 0, I get 3 times 0 equals 6x plus 12. I want to solve for x. How should I solve for x there? What do I need to do? I'm going to give myself a little more space because you know I write large. So I'm going to isolate x. If I solve for x, I get 0 equals 6x plus 12. And then what should I do to get x by itself? I could subtract 12 from both sides, so I get negative 12 equals 6x. What should I do to solve for x? And I get x equals negative 2. So my x-intercept is going to be, what's the ordered pair? Negative 2, 0. To find my y-intercept, I'm going to do the exact same thing, except for instead of setting y equal to 0, to find the y-intercept, what do? Y-intercept, I set x equals 0, and I'm going to solve for y. So I take my equation, and wherever I see an x, I'm going to put a 0. So I have 3y equals 6 times 0 plus 12. 3y equals 12. And how do I get y by itself? And I get y equals 4. So what's my ordered pair for my y-intercept? 0, 4. And then once I have those 2 points, I'm going to be able to graph the line. So right now I'd like you to try finding the x and y intercepts for example 10 and 11. And then we'll share out on those.